time to talk about the Europa League and the Conference League. We've got English sides playing in both competitions, and as we do on EPLNews, we talk about everything surrounding the English clubs, and we also do justice to even the less preferred competitions. Anyways, Victor, without wasting much time, Aston Villa are one of the most informed sides in the Premier League at the moment, and of course, they will be high on confidence after beating Arsenal at the weekend. Based on that, are we expecting them to easily steal Basel?
Yeah, I believe so. They are in a great place mentally, and while this is an away game, I simply cannot see them dropping points here. Basel's last two home games were against Lugano, which they lost, and St. Gallen, and that ended in a draw. And neither of those teams can hold a candle to Villa.
Fair enough. Over to you, Mark. Nottingham Forest might have lost 3-0 to Everton at the weekend, but will they be able to stay off an Utrecht side with just 1 point so far in the Europa League? One of the worst sides in the Europa League, by the way.
I wouldn't say that it's going to be an easy game for Nottingham Forest, especially because Utrecht is not losing 6 games in a row at home. They're also drawn with Porto and won against Ajax, so they're not that bad of a team. But looking at the recent results for Nottingham Forest, despite that Everton loss, they won 3-0 at Anfield, and that feels like they can manage to win here. But I'd probably be leaning towards draw, actually. But Forest is a slight favorite for me here.
Interesting. And back to you, Victor. Just like Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace are also the overwhelming favorite against Shelbourne. And in similar fashion, Shelbourne also only have just 1 point so far in the Conference League. Are we expecting a comfortable win for Palace here?
In the UCL preview, you mentioned how Spurs are on 1.17 odds to beat Slavia Prague. And it's the same odds for Crystal Palace here as well. But Slavia Prague are on 7-something. Shelbourne are on 17-something odds.
Wow.
That just shows you how much of a Mickey Mouse competition the Conference League is. a team like Shelbourne or stuff like that, they don't belong in Europe, truly, with all due respect. But I think Palace are stretched thin squad-wise, but they're still doing great, both domestically and in Europe. Now they're in the top 4 in the Premier League after beating Fulham. I don't think they're going to get a huge win here, but a solid performance and a clean sheet, most likely, yes.
Yeah, fair enough. And back to you, Max. What are your bold predictions or score predictions for this game?
I'd say for the bold one that at least one of these 3 teams not winning from Prem teams. I feel like most likely it's going to be Forest. And for the score predictions, we'll win 3-0, Palace 3-0 as well, and Forest play 1-1 draw.
Interesting. Victor, yours?
Yeah, something also tells me that Forest are not keeping a clean sheet. I mean, okay, Utrecht have been poor form-wise, but they have scored in 9 of their last 10 games in all competitions, and I think Deitch is going to throw an absolute fit here when they concede. And another one is Villa to score at least 3 goals.
Interesting. Villa to score at least 3 goals. Okay, we're going to have to wait and see how everything plays out. But those are our thoughts on the Europa League and the Conference League games happening this week. And as usual, we'll be sure to give the best development, and the best talking points after they happen. So stay tuned to EPL News so you don't miss out.